Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's Sissa007, and today I'm going to be talking about, theorizing. It's a theory about Eloise Bridgerton's season 5 of Bridgerton. And I'm going to give a little breakdown of the book because I do personal opinion, feel like it's going to change a little bit because of how they made Eloise in the show. So it's not really going to be Sunshine x Grumpy like it is in the book. Like, that's kind of their whole trope. I feel like it's not going to stick to that because it would be Grumpy x Grumpy at this point. Unless Sir Philip is the Sunshine in the situation, but I'm not sure if he would be. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys that little breakdown of that real fast, and then we'll get back into my theory. Okay, so to give you guys a little breakdown, the show made it to where Marina was Penelope's cousin, but in the book she's the Bridgerton's cousin, and she actually marries Sir Philip Crane. It's kind of like the same thing where she was with his brother initially, but things happen, whatever. But the thing is, in the book, Eloise gets super duper, like, I want to say depressed, but like not necessarily depressed. She gets super lonely, which we already see that happening in the show, so they're keeping that part, and then she's going to start writing to Philip because, spoiler alert, Marina dies. Okay? She's super duper, can I say suicidal? I'm going to say suicidal. She's super duper suicidal, and it's like very postpartum depression-y in the book. So she does, become deceased. And basically, Philip is also looking for a mother for the kids because the two kids are literally demons. All right, like they're so bad behaved. They're so bad. Nobody wants to get near him. Nobody wants to get near the kids. They like push out every single person that they get to like watch after them, like the nannies or whatever. All of them gone, right? Because they just can't handle these kids, and like they play pranks on them. Which, by the way, Eloise has a lot of brothers, so she's used to that. So they're writing to each other, and she's like kind of like, she has some piqued interest. She's like, okay, I'm just gonna go see him. So she shows up to Sir Philip Crane, right? And like also, I don't think that he's very ugly. I don't care for their story much, like, as opposed to the other ones. I like some of the other stories more than I like Eloise's story, mostly because it just, it's Grumpy x Sunshine. That's not my trope, but like, it's fine. It is what it is. I do like it to an extent. Okay, so when Eloise gets there, it's kind of awkward, not gonna lie to you, because he's like, why are you here, bro? But he shows her around or whatever. He gets super mad because she like takes the kids out for a swim. And again, he's super lonely, but he's like, I thought that this spinster was going to be like ugly. Miss Bridgerton is not ugly. I'd wipe her up. Basically is how that goes, right? So they get to know each other. He still really, really wants to like get to know her, to like marry her. And everybody's favorite thing is that the Bridgerton brothers come over to fight Sir Philip Crane. That's literally everybody's favorite thing from this book, and I think it's hilarious. Because mind you, I had like glossed over that until it became like discussion again. And I really like it, okay? I do really like that aspect of it because like, oh, Bridgerton brothers, So my theory is, since we already see Eloise really, she's getting to a point where she's super lonely and she is starting to take serious the marriage market, especially after the whole Francesca's husband dies. John Sterling, deceased. It's more like she's trying to help Hyacinth understand, like, your husband probably won't die. Like, I'm glad that you finally see things my way, but you shouldn't see things my way in the way that you're seeing it, to where, like, you're like, I'll be a spinster just because I don't want my husband to die. Like, that's crazy. But she's super lonely because she has all of these ideas, and she used to talk about them with Penelope, but Penelope is now no longer a spinster. She's happily married with her brother, like, literally, her best friend's brother. And, which, by the way, their book is one of my favorite books. I think it's so cute. So, like, there's just this whole big loneliness thing that she's already going through in the show, so I think they're going to keep that. However, I do think that they are going to make Sir Philip slightly more Sunshine, and I know what I said a few seconds ago, okay? I do know that I said that they probably won't make him Sunshine because they can't do Grumpy, but he's probably not going to be like, book Eloise Sunshine. He's still gonna probably be some type of Sunshine, but it's more like you warm up to him a bit Sunshine. I think that that's what it's gonna be like. Like, she's still probably gonna go visit him. She's like, I'm just gonna be a spinster or whatever, but then she's gonna take the marriage mercy, like, seriously. So she's still gonna go to his home. Marina, it's probably gonna start with Marina's death. I think that I saw on Reddit that somebody said it's going to start with Eloise's wedding, which I think would be kind of crazy for them to do that because it's not like a book where you like learn after the fact. Because I think that's how I didn't read Hyacinth, but I'm pretty sure that's how Hyacinth. No, it was Francesca's that started like that. It starts with the marriage, and then you get to know the story throughout. But you get that with the book, not with the show. So I think that that would be kind of dumb for them to just start us off with a wedding and then like for us to see it after. So I do want to hope, I will hope that basically they do just give us a little sunshine him. Like we're going to see sides of him that maybe we didn't even see in the book because he's super like high strung and tense in the book. And like that's why Eloise is there to like cool him down. But since Eloise is also pretty like casual, go with the flow, she just doesn't want to be subjected to being property of a man, which is where this whole Eloise should have been a lesbian thing never made sense to me. Okay, stay with me now. Stay with me. I never thought that Eloise would be the lesbian sibling. Honestly, I thought that they would keep it with Benedict and Sophie would be like, I don't know, Stefan or some shit. I don't know. I really thought they were going to do that with Benedict. But they did not. But basically, right, I think that she got that lesbian title just because she didn't want to be in the marriage mark with like she just didn't want to be property basically. She wanted to be able to have her own thoughts. That's why she really liked Theo. And a lot of us really liked Theo, but Theo doesn't exist in the books. And I really wish he did because that would be my end goal. Okay, I loved Theo and Eloise, especially now that we have like Sophie and, you know, I think that they could have made it work to be entirely. Mama Bridgerton is all about love. Like, find your love. I think she could have figured it out a way. I do. But, you know, Theo's at the story. She is going to end up with Philip Crane. And I guess that's okay because, like, I don't hate him. I just don't necessarily care. But I do know as soon as their season starts, I'm going to be obsessed and I am going to literally love him. And I just know it. And I'm sorry that I keep looking over at the viewfinder. I think it's because it's still really, really awkward for me to record on a camera, not just my phone. But I'm going to try to get used to it. Just bear with me. Bear with me, okay? So, yeah. My theory is basically that it's still going to be Sunshine X Grumpy. It's just not directly off the bat. And I do still think that it's going to follow as close as it can. So she's still just going to show up. They're still going to write or whatever. But I do think it's going to start off with Marina's death. But that's just a theory. It's a theory. I'm kidding. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do any other theories. Sissa out.